Hey, everybody, and welcome to Impact Leadership. I love Impact Leadership. I'm Brother Jackie Cannell, and I'm hosting the Impact Leadership. I love the term leadership. I love to see leaders grow. I like to make an investment in them. And I wanted to kind of bring you up to par of where we were. Last week, we talked about the subject matter of equipping potential leaders. And I want to kind of put those three words together for us, equipping potential leaders. Now, I want to kind of focus in on the first word, and that is the word equipping. And when you think about equipping, there's a lot of tentacles that goes out. There's a lot of work that's got to be put in to the idea of equipping. There is so much involved in developing potential leaders, and I'm a firm believer that all of us are potential leaders, and even if you have come to a level, you have the potential to go to another level. And so equipping is always part of the process, and it's an ongoing process. It doesn't stop. And I believe what I've learned in leadership is that equipping potential leaders has to be tailor-made to each individual leader. You can do a lot of corporate leadership training, but I believe that if you're going to really maximize your ability to pour into somebody, that it's got to be tailor-made to that leader. And sometimes, well, not sometimes, but all the time, you've got to look at that person that you have selected that you're going to pour into, and you've got to look at their weaknesses and their strengths. You've got to look at their capacity. You've got to look at their personality. All of those things are part of the process. So what I'm saying is, you can put everybody in a group, and you can do some things. But if you're going to maximize development, you're going to have to look at individual people and kind of tailor-made what you want to pour into them. So what I like to do with individuals, and this is where I want to get to you today, I like to do a couple of things. And the first thing I like to do is check on them systematically as an individual. When I have a potential leader, I like to make sure that there is a systematic process that I have developed to have time with them individually. So what I do is I set up a monthly time with all of my leaders that I'm pouring into or that I have surrounded myself with. We do a group thing every week, but I like to do an individual time every month. And so what I do is I check on them systematically. How you check on people is determined by a lot of factors. Now I want to give you 4 things that I want you to write down that you can really use in developing individual leaders as you check on them systematically as individuals. The first thing is, I believe that you have to evaluate the importance of the task that you have assigned to them. That is, when you look at your leaders, you may give a lot of people a lot of tasks, but there may be some of those people that you need to look at as what is the importance of the task that I've given them, and that would dictate how many times or how often that you need to check on them individually. And then not only the importance of the task, but the demand of the work. I believe that you need to be able to look at how much demand is on that person. And then thirdly, the newness of the work. If you empower somebody to do something and it's new to them, then you would certainly want to check on them systematically. And then the responsibility of the work. So the importance of the task, the demands of the work, the newness of the work, and the responsibility of the work. And what that will do is that when you're building a team, that will give you the criteria that you need in order to develop that systematic checking on them as an individual. So if I have a person, for example, that I want to pour into as a leader, and I've given them an important task and there's got a lot of demands on it, and it's something that's new to them, and they got responsibility to make sure that they execute that leadership, then I'm going to set up times where I talk to them systematically and individually. And then when I get with them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of dive into 4 things as well. And these are the things that I really want to leave you with as we look together. The first thing I want to do when I meet with them systematically is I want to discuss feelings with them. How are you doing? What are you thinking? I want to give them an opportunity to share their feelings back with me. And I believe that that is vitally important in developing potential leaders. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me some of your challenges. Talk to me about your feelings. Is this working for you? So I want to make sure that I give an opportunity when I talk with them to, number one, discuss their feelings. I want to open up with questions to say, how are you? How are you doing? What do you think? How did you accomplish? Ask questions that will give them an open door to share their feelings with you. And then number 2, I want to measure their progress. I want to say to them, where are you at this point in relation to the task? Give them an opportunity. And when you're doing that, you're measuring their progress. What you don't want to do is have an open-ended assignment that you never bring them in and measure their progress. So you want to do that as a leader. And then number 3, give feedback. This is when, for example, I'll say, let's talk. How are you doing? What are you experiencing? What are you dealing with? What are some of your challenges? Well, how are you in this process? How much have you got done? Where are you in the process? And then I'll say, well, let's talk about some of the things that I see. I want to give feedback to them to help empower them, or not only do I want to help empower them, but I want to help them get back on track if they're off track, get back in the center of the plan. I want to bump them to the left or bump them to the right to help them. I'm going to give them feedback. And then fourthly, I'm going to give encouragement to them. Everybody needs to be encouraged. So I want to encourage them. I want to leave that time where I systematically check on them. I want to leave when we're finished with this time of being together, where I'm pouring in and equipping this potential leader. I want to end this time with great encouragement. And I want to give them encouragement. Hey, you're making great progress. Remember to think about this, adjust over here. But we're going to get back together in another week or 2 weeks or a month, and we'll discuss it more. I believe in you. I believe you're doing good. I believe you're on track. I believe you have the capacity to execute this, always in that time with encouragement. Well, I hope you picked up a nugget or two, and I look forward to seeing you next week at the same time, and I want to encourage you to do something for me. Please check out jcimpact.org. jcimpact.org. Go there. Hey, I want to leave you with this thought. I believe in you. God bless you. See you later.